Hi, and welcome to this detailed explainer video on the Cystic Fibrosis Condition Pack available on the nOink platform. If you're unfamiliar with nOink, it is a multi-user, multi-condition, multilingual healthcare platform allowing you to take control of your health data. More information can be found on our website, which is shown at the end of this video. In this video, we will only be demonstrating the functionality for managing cystic fibrosis. All other conditions and nOink features, of which there's quite a lot, are explained in other videos available on our website. At nOink, we are always improving our condition packs and are therefore very interested in talking to subject matter experts for any medical condition. If you're a clinician, patient expert, advocate, or perhaps you or a loved one have a medical condition, we would be very interested in speaking with you about our condition packs. To get in touch, simply email us on partners@noink.me. As with most things in life, you only get out what you put in, so we will show you what's possible with a well-used cystic fibrosis condition pack that lets you really take control of your health data. This is an example of a family using nOink to manage cystic fibrosis. nOink is multi-user, so you can have many people logging notes for anyone else in what we call a circle. So, for example, in this circle we have many people. The family uses the inbuilt messaging system to send messages to each other. Task list to keep on track to make sure nothing is forgotten. Uses the multi-person chat for more instant communications, and the document store to make sure they have all important documents when they need it most. Having the ability to easily log anything you require about cystic fibrosis generates this data that you can export or print at any time. It is accessed from the nOink list here. So you can see your data, you can search it, you can print it. You can export it. And you can visualize it using nOink's inbuilt dashboards. You can view it over many time periods. You can print it. And you can share it with a clinician or anyone in the world with a valid email address. We hope we have now shown a small example of the possibilities that nOink provides in managing cystic fibrosis for you or a loved one. We will now explain how to get there and start by showing you how to install the Cystic Fibrosis Condition Pack. To install the Cystic Fibrosis Pack, you simply go to the left menu here, tap on nOink Packs, which is here, and it gives you a list of all the conditions we can install. For this video we will install cystic fibrosis, which is here. Tap on the install icon, press install. Cystic fibrosis is now installed. This pack will be available to all members of your circle. With the Cystic Fibrosis Pack installed, you may notice there are 120 menu items installed. As cystic fibrosis is such a complex condition affecting multiple organs, the size of this condition pack reflects this complexity, and we want to be as comprehensive as possible. There are now over 100 things you can record for cystic fibrosis in a structured fashion. Clicking on the Home button shows that the Cystic Fibrosis Pack is installed. We also want to install some common elements, which are located again in nOink Packs, and it's located here. We shall install. And now we should go back home. Clicking into the CF button shows us that there are 11 data entry subsections. bronchodilators, physiotherapy, symptoms, etc. Again, as cystic fibrosis is such a complex condition, this is reflected in the number of data entry subsections we have available in the pack. As ever, with nOink we try and provide some informational content on the condition that you are looking at, and this is accessible from the top of the screen here. If we look at this, we will see that we've got summary content about cystic fibrosis from trusted sources such as the Cystic Fibrosis Trust and Boston Children's Hospital. This informational content is also dependent on what screen you are on. So for example, if I go into exercise and click on the top again here, you will see it is content about how to do exercise, particularly with cystic fibrosis sufferers. Logging a note with nOink is designed to be as quick and easy as possible. For example, if we go into CF and then into physiotherapy, we can log items about our physiotherapy regime. Again, tapping the top of the screen will show contextual videos, in this case about physiotherapy. So you can see it is about breathing clearance techniques, postural drainage, etc. If we were to log some postural drainage, this is our postural drainage data entry screen. You can see that at the top of the screen there are two pictures. The first one is the person logging the note, and the second one is the person for whom the note is for. In this case it is the same person, but as nOink is multi-user, you can log notes on behalf of any member of your circle. This is measuring a duration of time. The default values can be set per person. We can put in a comment using our microphone or just simply text. There is also a 5-point subjective measure. In this case it's mucus, but this is set per data item. You can add pictures, movies, you can set the time retrospectively and the date retrospectively, and you simply log a note. Once you have logged a note, you can see it at any time from the top menu by going to the nOinks screen here. This is a list of all nOinks you have logged. The number here is the number of nOinks you have logged in the past 24 hours. So if we go in, we can see the postural drainage that we have just logged. When logging any particular note within nOink, you can see previous entries for that item. So for example, if I go back into physiotherapy and postural drainage, if I go to the top, I can see the previous entry we have put in for postural drainage. There is also some informational content. In this case, it's a summary from Wikipedia to help people with their choices. So if I enter another one, I will say 45 minutes, enter a comment. I shall not use a picture or movie or change the time, and enter done. If I go back in again, there are both entries that we have just added for postural drainage. They are listed in reverse chronological order, whereby the most recent items are at the top. There are many different types of things you can log with nOink. You can record images, videos, pictograms, and over 400 separate units. As an example of logging a picture, if we go into CF again, and we go into symptoms, and we go into clubbing, we'll just add a note saying it is very painful. We're in a lot of discomfort, and we shall log a picture. So we just use the camera on the phone, take the picture. I shall leave the time and date. So now we have logged a picture. To see the nOink, we should simply go into nOinks, and we see there's our picture. So we should look at the clubbing. We cannot say what orientation it will be, so we can rotate it anti-clockwise or clockwise by pressing down here or here. And there we have our picture with our nOink. As an example of logging a movie with your nOink, here's one we created previously. Again, it's postural drainage. You can also log pictograms. So if we go into symptoms, and we go to joint pain, you see there's pictograms where we can indicate particular items. So I will just put in, it was quite painful. And then we select the area of the pictogram we want to highlight just by tapping on the appropriate area. So for example, if I had a pain in my shoulder, And to see the nOink, there is the shoulder pain we have just logged. To show a quantity nOink, I will just simply log a medication. So we're logging some Dornase alpha. Again, there is content at the top showing our previous entries as well. The default quantity can be set. You can enter a comment and your time. You can export or print out your data at any time. Simply go to nOinks, again, the nOink listing, and there is a print and an export icon. So to print, we would simply print. That would ask us then whose date we want to print, who logged the notes, and what date range. So we should just choose everyone, and we will see there is the data. Exporting your data, again, is going to the nOinks list, clicking on export, the date range, the person it's for, and who logged the notes. And there is your data, ready for export to Excel that you can analyze to your heart's content. nOink also comes with dashboards, so you can really visualize your health data. There are dashboards per condition and per user on the nOink system. To access dashboards, you simply go to Dashboards, here, and if there are no dashboards, you will be asked to install them. So for example, we go to Dashboards, and just like condition packs, we can select from predefined dashboards. We should install the Cystic Fibrosis dashboard, and it's available now. To really see the power of the dashboard, we will have to do some data entry. Having entered some data, we can now visualize your cystic fibrosis information. There are many different items to display. You can customize the ordering of the dashboard elements so it's presented in the sequence you prefer. You can see different time views. This is the last 7 days. We can show today. You can go back in time. You can print your dashboard. And you can share your dashboard with anyone who has a valid email address. In summary, the Cystic Fibrosis Condition Pack allows you to enter over 100 types of structured data items, provides third-party informational videos, help down at the data entry screens, dashboards, and the ability to print and export your data and share with anybody. We have already said we're not going to discuss the other functionality of nOink or the other conditions we have available, but we should emphasize that nOink is a multi-user, multilingual, multi-condition platform. To show you some of the multilingual aspects of nOink, this is the Cystic Fibrosis Condition Pack in Chinese. It is the same interface that you have already seen in English. And this is your cystic fibrosis data dashboarded in Chinese that we entered in English. Of course, nOink is a multi-condition platform, and we have just shown you the cystic fibrosis pack. We can of course add any of our available conditions to this nOink install. So now we have just added brain tumor, cardiovascular disease, epilepsy, and hypertension. Thanks for watching this Cystic Fibrosis Condition Pack explainer video. If you would like to suggest improvements or find out more about the nOink platform, please see the details on your screen now. Thank you very much.